I know somebody who look like this. Wig so bad you won't call the police. Looking like old boy from Billy, but got the nerve to be a hater. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Might have to drop. Might have to drop a dime on them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
Oh, bro.
I don't like that shit.
So hey, don't be that girl or guy. Let me tell you why your lace front sucks. Maybe you don't bleach it. Maybe you don't bleach it enough. Maybe you over bleach it. Maybe it's too damn brassy. Maybe the hair is dry and your frontal is balding because you don't take enough time to condition it properly. Maybe you don't pluck enough. Hey, maybe you over pluck. So stop over plucking, Baldiana. By the way, I'm Bella Laveaux and I forgot my intro. Sue me. Maybe you don't take your time to fit it on correctly. Maybe you use too much product. Maybe you don't cut off enough lace. Maybe you cut off way too much lace. Maybe I just need to tell you how to keep your lace front from sucking, right? So let's get into it. Let's get started. So as you can see, I'm opening the package and this is a collaboration with UNice, Amazon, Wigs, and whatnot. So as you can see, the box has all the information to reach them on it, even the right way to measure your wigs and any frequently asked questions you may have. So it came with like this little braided headband, probably get it to my sister, a wig cap, which is cool because you already have one if you want to use that color, and of course your freshly nicely packaged wig. So right here I just wanted to show y'all how it looks fresh out the package. It is pre-plucked some, but of course you know I had to go in a little more. So the lace is a nice medium brown color, which to me, in my opinion, anybody a little lighter than me or a little darker than me, this will work perfectly. Even if you're darker, honestly, it'll work. So I'm just showing you what I use. I normally just use a lot of colors, but I was running a little bit low. Now I got 30 and 40 developer. I suggest if you're just starting off that you use 30 so that you do not over bleach and it's a little easier for you. So we're going to use 30 today. And I got my little ghetto plastic knife or whatever and whatnot. It works good, trust. So I'm just going to pin it onto the wig stand. You could do this with the wig laying down if you don't have a wig head. This is not absolutely necessary, but it is easier. So I'm eyeballing the mixture, and the reason I'm doing this is because I want it to be like a thick paste, and this first consistency was way too thin for me. And when it's too thin, it makes it easy for it to go through the lace. So try to get it thicker, and that'll help you out with your bleaching and keep you from over bleaching your knots. So you just spread a nice layer over the full wig, of course. Using the knife just helps it get really on the knots, because if you ever notice when you have like holes, the little vents, those are knots that are not getting colored. So if you make sure that you get it all fully spread across, then you'll be sure to get every knot. So I put it in for 30 minutes and there we go. 30 minutes was perfect. If you get any bleach on your hair, don't worry, just wash it with water, like, you know, spray a little water on it and it'll stop the process. So what I'm doing right here is just rinsing it out, and I'm using a neutralizing shampoo just to neutralize and get the pH balance back to where it is. That'll help keep it from being brittle and popping off easier. So to me this looks a little brassy, so I'm going to use just a little bit of purple shampoo. So I usually let it sit on there at least 15 minutes. Make sure you suds it up, because sometimes if you just leave the purple on top, it'll kind of leave a purple tint. But I let it sit about a few minutes this time, like 5 minutes, because it wasn't that brassy. And then here you see me just running conditioner through it and just showing you how easily it goes through. And adding my little fabric softener. Yes, I still do this. with the conditioner. Make sure it's sloppy. And I do the fabric softener, and I'll usually leave it overnight, but this time for the sake of the video I didn't. I only left it about 30 minutes and I rinsed it all out. Make sure that you rinse this out completely or your hair will be like stiff and have a film on it. So make sure that you rinse it out fully completely, and I did it with cold water because cold water locks in moisture. Don't forget that. Hot opens up the cuticle and cold closes it. So yeah, just kind of showing you what it looks like. Hair is super. That's how much hair that I lost extra from going through it. So these are just some little tweezer scissors. I got them from a local beauty supply, I believe, and just some regular old foaming mousse because I actually let the wig dry for a while, not on purpose, got a little distracted. So I'm just moisturizing it, which you can do it with just some water if you want. You don't have to do foaming lotion, but that was the first thing in me. So I part off the front part where the baby hairs are going to be, and then I start to pluck there. So I don't have a full-on method to my madness aside from I do not pluck in the same spot over and over. So I kind of just move across at an even motion. Move across, move across, move across, move across. So if you get what I'm saying, you'll see what I'm talking about. And in places where I need more, I go back and I may do a little bit more or part behind that area and do a little bit more. Just depends. With this wig, sometimes I do not pluck as much as some people do, and reason being is because over time your wigs start to lose hair anyway, and so I pluck it enough to make it look good, but then I'll leave a little extra for the sake of, you know, this is my single mom on a budget type of hack where I don't fully all the way like go way overboard with the plucking, so that I can, you know, it can naturally basically thin out over time. I do go in and I pluck more of the baby hairs to make them thinner, because when they're too thick, that's when it look like you got finger waves and ocean waves on your forehead. That's not cute. We don't want that. So I'm gonna go right behind that area that I plucked in, and I'm gonna do a little bit more plucking. Honestly, I like as much as I plucked the front of this wig. On the sides could use a little bit more, but honestly I'm cool with it being like that. If you're not, then just pluck a little bit more on the sides to get it thinned out a little bit more. Just be careful, don't overdo it. If you made it this far, then leave this emoji you see on the screen down below and like the video. So there we go. I'm just at this point kind of pulling in sections. If you are not used to this, use regular tweezers. These grab a lot of hair at one time, and I don't want you to ball your frontal. But if you are wanting something to be quick and you believe that you can do this without overdoing it, then use these. They pull a lot of hair at one time pretty easily. It doesn't take me long to pluck it off.
So deep in the feelings, noticing you really like me, can't control my anxiety.
I usually move the hair in the direction that I would probably be combing it or plucking it, just to see what it looks like to get an idea.
Beat it up like.
So that's how much hair I got out of just that one session of plucking. So it tells you that this wig comes with a lot of hair. The density was thick. I believe it was 180. Everything about it will be listed below. This is their Amazon line, and I definitely recommend going on there to Amazon and checking this out, which means you can get prime shipping, you can get it quickly, and you can get it at a really, really good price. Now that's all the hair from the plucking that I did so far, and honestly, like I said, on the sides I could do a little bit more, but I'm not. I did not pluck the back of this. I felt like it was cool. Even if I wanted to wear it up, I felt like it was cool the way that it was. So with the baby hairs in the front, I haven't cut them yet. I'm just kind of molding them down a little bit. I wasn't sure of if I wanted to do shorter baby hairs or if I wanted to keep it long. So I just molded them down just so they could be actually already down when I get ready to put it on. And then I'll decide from there. So don't feel pressured into cutting your baby hairs before you put your wig on your head. Also, don't feel pressured to all the way pluck. You can also pluck after you put your wig on, like, you know, and check it out and see. So I'm using the yellow Got to Be Glued. I'm using a light brown cap. I want to say it says beige on there. And here goes my little boo-boo. Some Eco Style, which I did not end up using. And then, of course, the UNice Bet You collection from Amazon. So I go around it with a little bit of Got to Be Glued just when I want extra hold. But in a quick moment, you could just use the spray. And even with the spray, it still holds good. But I was doing the ball cap method, which I don't do often. And I feel like I needed that extra security around because my caps are good for rolling up regardless. And for some reason, my hair doesn't dry really quickly. And that's just my head. So yeah. So what I do after I do that, when I cut the band off, I don't cut around my ears just to keep that down because this is my mom hack when I'm moving fast. Even if it's not all the way dry, I can still go ahead and put my wig on because if I cut from under my ears with it still being a little damp, then it's going to roll back, but not like this, it won't. So I'm just cutting the back lace off as you can see and probably talking y'all to death.
Get up like
So I'm just getting my wig positioned right, and I actually kind of came a little bit further than where the cap stopped because my hairline comes really close. I have one of those hairlines that isn't really made for frontal, so a lot of times I leave my own baby hairs out. But in this instance, I wanted to show y'all just how cool it looks without having any hair out. This wig fits so snug and so good, and the comb in the back was like perfect because it held it on good. Even though I also put spray and gel back there just because I had the lace piece, and also just to grab on even a little bit more. Like it's like 3 or 4 days later and I still had this wig on. So now I'm just going to, of course, cut around the ear part, which is pertinent to make sure that your wig is fitting properly and laying flat. So all you have to do is part the hair above your ear. Make sure that you get a clean line to cut, because if not, then you'll cut into the hair and then you have like little spiky hairs everywhere. So just, you know, if you got to use a comb to part it, use a comb to part it so that you can see clearly and cut along the lines of the lace. See, it'll fit flush to your scalp. I still have the stocking cap around there because I haven't put the wig down yet, so that's why my ear looking like that. And I know it look like it hurt, but it really don't. So I'm just going to do the other side.
beat it up like, beat it up like.
Y'all, I hope this video is not too long for y'all and y'all like, girl, get to it. But I really wanted to kind of, you know, show a lot of detail because I don't want your lace frontal to suck anymore. And all of y'all are not near me, so I can't do it for you. Well, I mean, I actually can. If you mail it to me, I can definitely do it for you. Check the description box for that too. So now I'm just going to spray a little Got to Be free spray. And as you can see, you see my hairline way down where it is. So I barely use glues because of this reason. I have before, but rarely. So now I'm just going to go and press and do each side. And trust me, this can be done really, really faster even without doing the ball cap method if you are in a rush. But I showed y'all this way this time just so that it was a full-on tutorial. And it's still pretty quick, you know what I'm saying, for our moms that's in a rush. And this will stay on your head like a good 3-4 days. Probably more. Mine just comes up quicker because I do the most. But probably even longer doing it this way.
Beat it up like.
So then I just go and I cut jagged and I kind of follow my hairline. I don't leave a lot of lace on like a lot of people do. It's just personal preference. One, because I don't wear a lot of makeup. At this point, I did not tint my lace to be my skin color, so I cut pretty close. I leave a little bit extra, not much, a little bit extra, just so I can flush it into my skin. And then when I put baby hairs down, the way that I do it, you know, basically kind of covers it. But I don't leave much lace. Some people like to leave a lot of lace. That's just not my thing. Probably because it would be touching my eyebrows if I did, because as you can see how far my hairline comes to my eyebrows. So if you have a low hairline, this is something that will work for you too. Like, y'all, I really did like this wig, and I liked it even more when it dried after I re-wet it. When you see the ending picture, then you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, you can fluff it up after it dries. Like, it'll dry in the nice, you know, tighter curl and not so big. But if you want to fluff it up like I did, you can, and I just loved it. It molded so easily too, like how I wanted it to mold. If you made it this far, then leave me a scissor emoji down below. So then I just took the rest of the cap up under there, pulled the cap around. And it's not even really that shiny. If it is shiny on you, you can take a little bit of alcohol. Just be careful with rubbing your lace too hard, because it'll come up, and kind of get that off. Or even just water, like I've done, just getting it out with water. So now moving on to the baby hairs. I be so all over the place in these tutorials, but y'all love for me to do them, but I be all over the place. So now I have decided that I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut them shorter. Not too short, but I'm gonna cut them shorter. And kind of just, I do like the swoopy baby hair thing, but I kind of more so into like a freeform type of look, if that makes sense. So where they just kind of all over the place, but uniform, but not, I don't know, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I take those long 3.5-inch pins, and they're real flexible, so I put them in, and I put them in like going down, and then I flip them up, and that just holds your wig on. So I had to stop because my cousin just told me to send me a screenshot. And it say that Cash Money Records is going to be taking over for the 9/9 in the 2019. So they gonna have a Uptown Living Legends High Boy video that's coming out tomorrow. I don't know when this video going up, but it's gonna be coming out on August 29th or whatever. The anniversary of Katrina. I'm getting teary-eyed. Let me continue. Let me continue. Okay, so right here, I'm just trimming off any excess little small pieces of lace that might be there. And I'm using this Iso Plus. I'm real careful with this around my edges though, because it can lift it up because of the alcohol in it. So you just gotta be a little mindful of that. I went real light on it on my edges. Do you see that? I had to stop. Do you see that part? That's out. So here I'm just going to foam it all up, and kind of mold that front how I want it to be. And when it dries, it dried so like bomb. It dried like this, but then I was able to fluff it up. It was perfect. It was perfect. Do you see your girl? Yes. Come through, wig. Okay, now, so normally at this point I would take it and I would tie it down some, but I'm not. For the sake of the video, I'm going to tying it will help melt it, but I'm taking a little bit of powder that matches my skin and just putting it in the lace. Now, trust me, you tie it down and all that, you could skip this part, but I believe that this part like makes it look even more undetectable. Like it'll It'll make it even more undetectable. I could even stand it to put a little bit more, but I love you guys, and I'm just so excited about this wig, baby. Check your girl out. Check your girl out, and don't forget to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, binge watch some videos. I love you. Ooh, ooh.